guys, Natasha Tessier here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to give you a really good guide on moving to the city of Houston and going through all the communities. I think it'll be super helpful from a native to a newbie. So listen up. Hey guys, Natasha Tessier. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I am going to share my screen, get on a map, and talk to you about all the neighborhoods in Houston and different areas you can choose. We're going to start in Katy, but not go through Katy and go all the way over. So we're going to do Tomball, Montgomery, Magnolia, all the little areas in there and all the pocket neighborhoods, Willis, all the way over to New Caney. So I think this will be helpful. As always, you can reach out to me anytime, days, nights, weekends. I do want to say I just saw a video of a local YouTuber. Again, I'm not going to mention names, but it does make me sad that he is giving so much misinformation. There is not a Hockley ISD in the city of Houston. There's one YouTuber who has great video footage. He pays a lot for that video footage, but he's not from here. He moved here 2 years ago. But more importantly, I just don't want you guys getting misinformation. So again, when I go through this video, you'll see some of the things, but some of the schools, he's saying are brand new that are 5 and even 10 years old. Obviously, he doesn't know how to pronounce a lot of the streets because he's not from here, and that's okay. But I just don't want you guys to have misinformation. One thing he noted was like, oh, well, the schools are brand new and they're really pretty. Even though the ratings are low, they can't be low. You can't listen to those. Well, it doesn't really matter what a school looks like. It matters how they score. We all take the same statewide test publicly. So for me, it's how they score on that. Are the kids learning? Like, what is the gap? So anyway, I don't want to talk bad about other people, but I do want you guys to know that there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's other people with teams of 20 and 25, and I've had 5 new clients this week about calling and they get a different agent and they get round robin and it's not a good connection. So I don't care if you use me, you use somebody else, use somebody you trust, but just make sure that who you call is who you're going to get and that you're working with somebody that knows what they're talking about and is at least from there or lived there a while so that you're not getting, the wrong school district, the wrong ratings, the wrong things. Okay, so let's get started today. Okay, so here is our map of Houston. I've been over this before, but let's just do a quick preview. This is the 610 loop. Then you have Beltway 8, and then you have 99. It is not the 99. Nobody here calls it the 99. It's just 99. I don't want you to move here and not know how to pronounce things. So out here is I-10. I'm going to do another video from Katy all the way down around this way, but today I'm going to start kind of in Cypress and do this whole section. So those are the 3 rings around Houston. You can see 99 starting to go around. These are paid tolls. So Beltway 8 and 99 are paid tolls. And the rule in the state of Texas is if there was never an access road there, they can charge you a toll. If there was originally an access road, they're required to have a feeder that you can ride along and not pay. So some of those sections of 99, once you get on, you have to pay because that road was never there. So just think about that. Most of the rental car places, almost all of them have the toll tags, so that's not a big deal to get around. I do recommend you rent a car when you come. I had somebody trying to get us to pick them up from the airport and drive them around, and it's just too spread out. So you can follow us or we can park the car and hop in the car together, but to get to and from your hotel, or you could Uber too, either way. Okay, so I'm gonna just start talking about a lot of the master plan communities. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about is Bridgeland. So I feel like this area it's already blowing up, but it's gonna really blow up because Chevron bought 68 acres out here. This side of 99 over here, if you can see my cursor, is going to be Waller ISD. As I said earlier in the video, this is Hockley, the town, but there's no Hockley ISD. It's Waller. So all this area is going to go to Waller Independent School District, and then this side is going to be Cypress Independent School District. Now, one thing you want to think about with Cypress is there are over 100,000 kids in that school district, okay? So your kids can go to a high school with over 4,000 kids. It's 6A, it's the biggest division in Texas. And to some people, that's not a big deal. To other people, they want smaller. So, I have several friends who have great athletes that go to the Woodlands High School, but they don't start on varsity until they're seniors because there's 20 kids ahead of them that are also great athletes. So think about that. But there's plenty of opportunity and plenty of people that love and live in the area. Cyfair has a great school rating. So let's look at some of these neighborhoods here. This right here is going to be Town Lake. I've done a video on Town Lake. You can see that video here. It's a great video. It goes through the whole community. It's one of the only communities that you can take your boat and go to dinner. It is a huge master plan community. Fred Caldwell is the one who developed it, and there is so much to do there. It's going to be zoned to Cy Ranch High School, and they have a huge amenity center and workout facilities, and so many people love Town Lake. So that's going to be right here. And the cool thing about Cypress is if you zoom back out, you're not that far from Houston. Now, once you get out here where I am up here, you're quite a ways. So Cypress, if you need to commute into the city, is not that far. They finally finished 290. It seemed like it took 10 years, but they did finish it. So it moves pretty quickly. So that's the first part. And then Bridgeland, and I also have another video here on Bridgeland, so you should be able to go watch that. Bridgeland is a great master plan community. You've got Bridgeland High School in the community. You've got your elementary, you've got churches, you've got a ton of amenities, shops, everything right there in Bridgeland. And then, like I said, this is kind of the new side of Bridgeland. There are like 12 different water parks and all that where you have access to all that. Side note, this Black Horse Golf Course, it's older, but it's really, really nice. You can see the ratings. My son actually takes lessons there at a place called Axis, which is a great learning center for golf. But yeah, you have all this, and then all this is going to be new development over here. So you've got Chesmar right here, Tri Point, I've sold a couple houses in. This is another kind of cool community. It's called Dedham Point, and it's right off 290. It's not as big as Bridgeland, but you're right by all the, amenities and stuff. And you can see here's an elementary, you've got shopping, restaurants, amphitheater, literally everything you'd ever want is in the middle of Bridgeland. So Dedham Point is another one that a lot of people are drawn to. I will say we have a client that was looking in there, and the new construction so there's a plan, but it hasn't gone through for years. I don't know if it ever will, but it's gonna go somewhere in this Dedham Point, the station. So it's gonna be like a speed train from Houston to Dallas. So it's gonna be like 30 minutes, and it's supposed to land somewhere in here. I don't know the plans. I know it's been in a lot of lawsuits, but they are making you sign something now that you're okay if that goes through. So just keep that in mind. As far as where your hospitals and things are, my husband works at a hospital over here. You can see there's a Costco right here, further down 290. You've got a new Methodist going out here. Memorial Hermann has a hospital down 290 out this way. And then HCA has a hospital. You've got tons of high schools. There's the original Cyfair that was around when I was growing up, but not now. There's, I think, 12 or 13 high schools just in Bridgeland. So it's massive. Just in Cypress. So it's massive, lots of places to live. People love it. I have people with zero complaints, but some of the master plan are going to be Town Lake and Bridgeland. And then, like I said, Dedham Point is kind of a hidden jewel that a lot of people are liking. And then you can go into some of the older neighborhoods too. Cypress Creek Lakes is really pretty. I have friends that live over there. So lots of different, you have a Lifetime Fitness in here, which is really cool. Lots of growth and going on in this area. And then let me show you too, I kind of pulled up here. This is going to be new construction in the area. So here's your 99. Okay, and that's going to divide, and then you've got Bridgeland, and you see there's not as much new construction in the original, but over here you're going to have a lot. So 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 500,000, 2,500 square feet. There's $1 million one. It's 5-bedroom, 4,300 square feet. You've got a lot of new development over here. You've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square feet for $469. So lots of room for opportunity all in that area. So, and then this is kind of your Dedham Point. So you do have the $1 million in there, 500,000. You've got a 3-2, 2,300 square feet. There's a 700. So, you can see that kind of, I would say 400 is probably the minimum going in there, all the way up to obviously over $1 million in those. And this is new construction too. I just have the new construction pulled up because there's too many. Okay. Something else I wanted to show you. So on here, all the orange is going to be pending. So you can see all this section. This is also Bridgeland. You can see right here how many pending sales there are. So it is just blowing up all through there. And then this is going to be, so here you can see all the pending houses. I mean, there's 15 pending houses already. So you can see how popular that area is becoming. So another popular area north, this is older, is Lakes of Fairhaven and Fairfield Village. This is right near the outlet mall, but a lot of people like the older feel here. So that's gonna all be in there. You're gonna have a little bit lower taxes because the neighborhoods are older. So now we are going to zoom back out here and let's go back to our Google map because it's a lot easier to see things. Okay, so there's your Lakes of Fairhaven and Fairfield and all the outdoor outlet mall. Okay, so then we're gonna come up here to this whole Tomball area. So Tomball, totally different. Used to live there, great little town. I have a Tomball video right here. So lots of parades downtown. You've got the German festival, kind of your small town Main Street feel. You've got farmers market every Saturday, every week of the year. Tomball only has 2 high schools. You've got Tomball and Tomball Memorial. Another misinformation that another YouTuber said is that Tomball Memorial is 2 years old, 2 to 3 years old. No, it's over 10 years old, but still newer of the two because the original Tomball was in the early 1900s. So it's really, really old. They do have land to get a 3rd high school out here, and that is in the works. They do have a brand new junior high and elementary right out here. And eventually they're going to build the 3rd high school. Right here, Premier Baseball of Texas. If you have baseball kids, this is a huge, huge facility with tons and tons of baseball fields. People play every single weekend. When my boys were in baseball, we were there all the time. And right here, you can't see it, but that is going to be your brand new high school. And then the stadium is right here. So you have your brand new Tomball Stadium. I have also been over that. I've been out to the stadium. It's great. It's newer. I think it's 2 years old. And it's and it's just for the 2 high schools, eventually 3. So Tomball has even though it's 6A, it has a much smaller feel. You're not dealing with 12 and 13 high schools, but you do have about 3,000 or so in each school. So it's small 6A. So we have small 6A, small or large 6A, small, like Woodlands is going to be large 6A. Cypress is going to be large 6A. So there's divisions within each division, if that makes sense. So one of the great communities that people love out here is going to be Amira. And this is a master plan community. There's the brand new, within the last few years, junior high. Amira is a great brand new or newer community. It was an Arabian stable. They purchased it. So all the streets are, have to do with horses and stuff, but it's really, really cool. A lot of my clients love Amira. It's right here. And I have a video on that. They have a great pool that's very luxury resort pool. I just had somebody buy new construction in there with Perry, and they got a really good deal on it. And Perry has your 2-year warranty, so that's something to think about. So that's going to be Tomball here. And then you've got all along 2920, you've got a ton of really old, really established acreage neighborhoods. Rose Hill Christian School is out this way. And that is my kids actually went there for junior high and elementary. Great small private Christian school if that's something that you're looking for. Cypress Christian is also further in Cypress on 290, a little bit bigger, and a lot of people love that as well. And the Woodlands Christian, but that's another video. Here's your Showboat Drive-In Theater, which is really kind of fun. Tomball, here's your Main Street. And they will shut this down for Tomball nights, which is like a shopping night, the German festival, the Christmas parade, the homecoming parade, lots of small town feels going on here. And like I said, the farmers market is going to be all right here in downtown Tomball. They have 2 new breweries, a plant shop, a coffee shop, just lots to do in Tomball. It's really cute and a great little town. So, and you can live out on land. One neighborhood I want to point out is Woodtrace. I also have several videos on Woodtrace. I've sold a ton of homes in there. I lived in there too. We rented in there while we built our first house in Tomball. I've built 3 custom homes now. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but Woodtrace is great. The tax rate has gotten a lot lower, and I have plenty of clients. It has this huge lake right here that they fish on, and there's a path. I used to walk all the way around the lake. It is really a cool neighborhood. There's your lake, there's a walking path all around it. There's an amenity center, there's parks and walking trails all through here. So you are getting close to the freeway. You can hear it from some of these houses, but all back in here, heavily wooded, all zoned to Tomball High School, and a lot of people love that area. Okay, so as we go kind of east of Tomball is when we're going to get over into Creekside. Augusta Pines Golf Course is older, but very good golf course. It is zoned to Klein, and then north of here is still going to be Tomball. So all this Creekside Park, and I've done a video on Creekside Park, you can see that here. All that area, you've got a new H-E-B and Fieldings and restaurants, and you've got the Sinopolis, you've got a bourbon bar, but all that is still zoned to Tomball High School. They do have some very, very highly rated elementary and junior high schools that a lot of people are, highly seeking. So that's kind of cool because you're sandwiched in between. Right here's Tomball, here's the Woodlands. You're kind of right in the middle. And just for clarification on how to pronounce this word right here, this is Kirkendall. So one of the other YouTubers called it Kookendall or something like it's Kirkendall is how you say that word, just so you know when you get here. Burroughs Park is really fun park to go and hike or play sports or do whatever. So that's really cool. But all this Creekside Park is zoned to Tomball High School, great schools. Woodlands Creekside Park is a luxury neighborhood, again, zoned to Tomball. Have several clients living in there. So then we are going to go over to the Woodlands. Now, we've talked a lot about the Woodlands. Market Street is amazing. The Waterway is amazing. High-end dining, high-end restaurants, high-end movie theater, very high-end shopping. Of all the suburbs, they have the most high-end shopping with, Chanel and all the luxury shopping center. And then you've got your Nordstrom. There's only one other Nordstrom in the whole city of Houston, and it's down here by the Galleria. So the Woodlands has fine dining, shopping, everything you'd ever want. They have a slew of hospitals. There's one hospital in Tomball called HCA. And then actually my husband and his group just opened an orthopedic only hospital called Legions right here off 249. It's a smaller kind of micro. Let's say you need hip surgery and you don't want to go to the big hospital. That's Legions. So anyway, but the Woodlands has 5 or 6 hospitals. So if you're moving out, this way, kind of up where I am, that's where you would go to your hospital. You've got a Costco right over here. Let's see, where is the Costco? There's HCA Conroe. And then your Costco's right over here. That's kind of for all these people out here that want to go to Costco. They are putting in a new Costco right here in Tomball, which is going to be cool, just north of 99. They've already got the land for it. So that'll be cool for those people as well. It was going to go out in Magnolia, but they moved it further in. So that's the Woodlands. The only thing with the Woodlands is there's not a lot of new construction. So let's go back to our map here. So if you're looking in Tomball, like I said, you've got Amira and a couple, look at all the pending out here in Amira. That tells you how popular. If you're looking for a neighborhood and more than half the homes are pending, that's probably a pretty good bet. Okay, so that's Amira. Here's Woodtrace. Few new construction left, but it's pretty much built out. So if you don't want to live in, construction, that's a good spot. Kipling Oaks is a tiny little kind of retired small homes, very low taxes back there. That's just another cool little plug. Okay, and then you can come over here. Here's all your Creekside. Okay, so they still have some new construction left. It is a lot built out, but they do have some new construction left. And then this is going to be a different school district coming down this way. So just be careful. The districts change like really, really fast. So you want to be careful on, where you're going. Okay, so again, there's your right here, Kirkendall. Okay, that's how you say that. It's kind of funny to watch a YouTuber talk about kook and all or whatever they said. Okay, so you can see there's just not any new construction in here, but these homes are heavily treed, beautiful biking paths all over the city, and you've got all your amenities right here in the Woodlands. So, but if you want new construction, you're probably not going to find it there. Okay, so another neighborhood, I actually have one under contract in here, is called Westwood. And let's go back to our Google Maps. So this is Egypt. I don't know why they call it Egypt. There's a road called Honea, Egypt. I actually live off near there. And this is Westwood right here. And then also over here. This is kind of a hidden gem. So I've probably had 5 people in the past year buy in there. Almost all are half-acre lots, and the tax rate is super low, but you're right here. Like here's Target, here's Chick-fil-A, here's Home Depot, here's all your restaurants. The Woodlands is right here. So a great area, really affordable. I just got one. Actually, we got the lowest price per square foot in the past 2 years on this one house that we have under contract. We just kept negotiating. And so this one is a single story, 4-bedroom, and I think we have it for $405,000, and it's almost 3,000 square feet on half an acre. So you can get good deals in here and have low taxes and not be so far off the map. So that's something to think about. Going back to the Woodlands, you can see Creekside here. Sterling Ridge is one of the newer, but not brand new, still 10 years old. So the Woodlands, you can have some in the 80s, 90s, you know, a lot of it's late 90s, early 2000, but out here you're in the 2000s. So it was kind of later to develop. So now we're going to move up to, let's get back out a little bit here. So here on 1488, you're going to have your brand new HEB. This opened within the past year. It is amazing. People love it. And then over here, and I've done a whole video on Audubon here. I'm going to keep referring to all my videos because I've done a lot of work. Let me pause right here and just say that I do a lot of work on this channel, and for me to keep it going, I need you guys to reach out, comment, like, share, so that I can keep it moving. So if you would hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, tell me where you're from. Sometimes I feel like I'm on an island and I'm just talking to a screen. So I'd love to know where you're from. And if you could just let me know what you're thinking, even if you're not thinking of moving here, you just enjoy learning about the city, let me know more about you. I feel like you guys know everything about me. Okay, this is Magnolia High School, very highly rated. And then right here, you're gonna see Audubon, brand new master plan community. Huge plans, good developer doing this. Let's go ahead and look at our houses for sale there. So we're going to go over here. This is 1488, very busy. And here's Audubon. Some of these are really, this section's more affordable than this section. They have smaller lots and a little bit, not as fancy of builders, but still great houses. So you can see 309, 4-bedroom, 382, 329, 369. And then over here, you're going to be in the 500 to 700. You might have a few, but mostly, yeah, 600-700 range. So that's Audubon. If you want to get into a community early, this would be a good one because they're eventually going to have supposedly a movie theater. I think there's one of the either junior high or elementary for Magnolia going in there, shopping center, kind of like Wood Forest was, which I'm going to go to in a minute, 10 years ago. And it used to be so hard to sell a house in Wood Forest. Now they go like that because it's so highly sought after. They have all the amenities, all the great schools, all the everything. So if you want to get in early, and there's a lot of good deals. I have a lot of builders in here that I work with, and there's a lot of good deals going on in this Audubon area. So that's another one. Further east over here, you have Escondido. There's not much in downtown Magnolia. It's not developed like Tomball. There's only one tiny little grocery store. So my assistant Megan lives over here, and she comes all the way over here to this HEB, which is right here. So just think about that. I think eventually, as this Aggie Expressway, which just was built out in the past few years, gets busier, this will get more built out in downtown Magnolia. But right now there's just not a lot. So that's also something to think about. This is going to be Mag West High School, and this is going to be Magnolia High School. Again, let me back up. So much to tell you today. Magnolia ISD is just 2 schools right now. It's Magnolia and Magnolia West. And they both are, I think they just, okay, so every 2 years in February 1st, they rezone. So this is being filmed February 10th-ish, 7th-ish. And so every 2 years they rezone, they redistrict everybody, and we just got redistricted. So I believe that they went up in district, and so because they got bigger, so the more students, it's like a cutoff. And so the more students you have, they were small 5A, and I believe they just went up to big 5A. So just think about that. The more students you have, then the bigger, everything is. So Montgomery ISD is still small 5A. And so each level has a different number of kids. I don't know the exact cutoff, but it's, to be 6A is like 2,500 or more and so forth. So Mag and Mag West are those 2 schools. Megan lives out there. She loves the schools. Her kids are at Mag West High School and she loves it. So that's a good thing to know. So here we are going to talk about, this is kind of my area. This is going to be right south of 105. So 105, here's Lake Conroe, great lake to go play on. We love to, go out with the kids all summer. People fish it. There's great bass fishing. We like to, surf with the kids or do whatever. It's just a fun lake to play on. So south of 105, this is all going to be acreage communities. I have another video on acreage communities. You've got Grand Lake Estates. You've got Crown Oaks. Even have High Meadow Estates. So this is newer, and this is going to be zoned to Magnolia High School, but all these are Lake Creek High School, and Lake Creek High School is up in this area. It is beautiful. I believe it's in its 5th year up on the hill. Great families. I can speak firsthand because my kids went there, and I have one in the junior high there still. So, but your acreage communities are going to be Montgomery Trace, Crown Oaks, Grand Lake Estates. And then if you want to go over to Magnolia High School, you can do High Meadow Estates. I have a family looking in there. And there's also High Meadow. High Meadow owns like 3 or 4 different developments going all the way out to Plantersville. Great developer as well. So let's talk about Wood Forest. We talk about it quite a bit. Here's Wood Forest. Okay, great shopping center, great restaurants. If you like sushi, you need to go to Woe Sushi. It's amazing. You're going to love it. There's coffee shops. Love Coffee is owned by friends of mine, and they do a lot of donations to orphans. Christian coffee shop. They've got scripture on the walls. And so Roasted is another coffee shop. You've got Crust Pizza on the corner. So the cool thing about Wood Forest is huge master plan community, but the developer did a fantastic job. It's a Johnson development. There are so many ways in and out of that neighborhood. I've lived there too. And I have literally nothing negative to say about it because he has so many roads going in and out that you do not wait in traffic. There's over 10,000 people that live in there, and I've never waited in traffic. Sometimes in the morning going to school, it would be a little back up on the stop sign. That's it. Walking trails, dog trails. I have a whole video on Wood Forest. One thing to be cautious of is it's 2 different school districts. So where this new part is going to be Conroe ISD and zoned to Conroe High School. You need to look up, and I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. You need to look up the differences in the schools. I talk about this, but I've never shown you guys. So let me just show you. So this is in Wood Forest. Okay. And this is what I see on my hand. This is Weston Homes. Okay. You've got a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage. It's listed at $628. This is a representative photo. It's been going down in price, so that's good. And then there's all this information. You come down here, here's your tax rate, 2.79. So the other cool thing about Wood Forest is for a new community, the tax rate's low. In some areas, it's even 2.69. It says it's $1,265. I believe that's gone up to $1,300-ish, but I'm not 100% on this maintenance fee. Somebody asked me this the other day. That's the same as your HOA fee. So that's the same. It's annual, obviously. Some people thought it was monthly. So that's interesting to know. And then let's go back up here to the schools. Okay, so this, like I said, is zoned to Conroe High School. This has a C. Here's the number of kids, 4663. It's a lot of kids in a high school. Here's your rating. So the overall rating is a 78. That's how they got the C. And so this is all based on numbers. So, you can see all these statistics. You can see how many, bilingual, gifted and talented, special ed, the teachers, how much experience they have, how many teachers there are. Here are our star results for 2022. This is really interesting. This is the same test for all of them. So that's why you need to see, how people are scoring. Here's your average SAT is 1051. Not doing so great in reading and math here. That's where they're getting their C's. So that is all stuff to look at. How people are scoring on all these is very, very important. Okay, so that's what I'm saying when you click on each school. So if you go back here, the elementary school that's zoned to Wood Forest is fantastic, has fantastic scores. Look at this. If you come down here, look at 92, 91, 93, 90. So that's the difference in looking at those elementaries and figuring out. I don't recommend niche.com because they're rating on things like, how diverse a school is or, different categories. To me, I want to know how my kids are scoring. Like if I send them to that school, how are they doing academically? That's the most important thing to me. So I think some of the schools have bad ratings on there, because they're not diverse enough or because they're not this enough. Well, those schools can't really control who goes there or their clientele, but that to me is not as big of an importance as how the kids are scoring. So this is your accountability and ratings. Okay, so let's go back here and let's go to, that was Conroe High School. Now, let me see if there's not a lot of new construction left. I know all those are not. And we can set up these searches for your area with the high school. We can set up all that stuff. So I don't know that there's going to be, so this is going to be zoned to the other side. You're literally neighbors. So just think about that. There's some people that think, oh, well, I'm going into Wood Forest and they got into one school district and they're in another. Maybe the school districts aren't important to you because you don't have school age kids or you're retired or whatever. That's okay. But if you do, you want to do your research. Okay, so let's look at Lake Creek High School. Okay, that's a B. They're 2 points away from an A. Here's all your accountability. Let's look at the star. So overall, all subjects are an 89%. If they get to 90 from last, 23, then they'll go up to an A. So you've got 84, 89, 94, 97. All the different graduates and stuff like that. So that is really, really important to look at. This is like the school my daughter's at. So let's go to their scores. Again, scoring 80s and 90s, and they're getting this because of the overall right here is 93. That's how you get your A. And then this, we went to this elementary too. Again, their overall is a 91. So that's what I'm talking about when you're looking at your scores and different things that are important to you. Whether you are big into gifted and talented and you want that big program, or the student to teacher ratio is very important. Do you have 16 kids in a class or do you have 50? Those are all really important things. Anyway, side note on that. Okay, we're going to go back to our map here. Okay, so that is that's talking all about Wood Forest right here. Another misinformation there's not 3 golf courses, it's 1 golf club. They do have 27 holes in the course, but it's 1 golf club. It's privately owned. There is a wait list to get in there, but there's several great golf clubs. April Sound up here, we used to belong to April Sound and it has a great golf club. And then Walden, we used to belong there. They have a great golf club. We've now since moved over to Blue Jack, which if you haven't heard of Blue Jack, it's over in this area. And it is the #1 rated golf course in the state of Texas. My son's a good big golfer, so that's why we moved over there. It's going to be right over here off 1497. Actually, it's right up in here. But so if you're a big golfer, you might want to look at Blue Jack as well. It's more of a luxury, but there's so many good. Lots of people love to play Walden. Lots of people love to play April Sound. And then, like I said, there's a wait list. Conroe also has a great golf course that a lot of people love. The Conroe Country Club. I know there was a wait list for that. I don't know if there is now. So that's kind of your whole Montgomery. One thing I want to mention, not for new construction, but if you are looking for a good bang for your buck, Walden is really great. There is a pool on Lake Conroe for the neighborhood. You can get drinks and hamburgers, and there's the golf course you can join with live music. They have a ton of amenities and a low tax rate. I think it's 2.1-ish. So that's a great area if you're looking to retire or just starting out and you need to kind of be, low 300s. That's a good spot. There's April Sound. These are the fingers of the lake. That's what they call these different things. So that's kind of what I'm pointing out. Out this way is Bentwater off 1097, more of a luxury lakefront community I've done videos on, but it's also great. Okay, let's look at Conroe. So I have talked about Grand Central. I've been out there. Great area, great neighborhood. And we got a brand new living spaces if you are familiar with that. But yeah, Grand Central's right over here, and it is zoned to Conroe High School, but it's very accessible to the Woodlands. So if you do want new construction, but you want to be near the Woodlands, you're boom right there on 45. So a lot of people like Grand Central. Over here is going to be Harper's Preserve right here. So it too, I'm doing a rental in there right now for somebody who wants to buy in a year. We are putting a house under contract for lease agreement for a year in here. Harper's Preserve is also new construction near the Woodlands. So something else to think about. And then the last place I want to go out. So if you go out here, Panorama Village is absolutely beautiful. There are so many trees and neighborhoods, older. There is a newer neighborhood. I know you guys have heard of it. It's called Woodland Hills, also out in this area, and people love it. Willis High School. So here's Woodland Hills, just north of Panorama Village. Here's Willis High School. That's also growing and changing. Brand new HEB out here. All the city is moving out this way. A lot of bang for your buck in Willis. So I would say Walden or Willis if you're looking for more affordable. Great area. All this is beautiful out here. Okay, this is all going to be Conroe High School. They are getting a new high school, but Willis out here is again going to be smaller. Conroe's huge. Remember, 4,000 people in there. Something else to think about. Now, this is still very underdeveloped. Things are growing out towards New Waverly and all out that way. So a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, let's talk about one of the great neighborhoods over here. This is going to be Bender's Landing. Okay, and here's the Woodlands right here. If you're one of those people that has to commute for work, this is great. Very low tax rate. Grand Oaks High School. If you have a volleyball girl, they just won state. Mine doesn't go there. She's not going to go there. But Woodson's Reserve, Harmony, I have several clients in Harmony, a little more affordable. And then Bender's Landing, all great. Grand Oaks High School is very highly rated. So this whole pocket in here is a great place to be. It is busy and it can get trafficky. You can see there's not very many ways in. Some people kind of wanting to be a little bit further out are going to Highlands. This is also a Caldwell, the one that he developed Willow Creek Ranch, he developed Town Lake, big developer here. So if you're looking for a little slower pace, but still right here on 99, Highlands is a brand new neighborhood. It's going to be super cool. Again, good bang for your buck, and might be a good place to go right near Porter High School. So the city, again, as this gets more crowded, is moving out this way. Imperial Oaks and Oak Ridge is an older area. A lot of my clients move out of here over to here. So if they're kind of wanting newer and more updated. Okay, so, that's a lot of talking. Okay, New Caney, this whole area is growing by leaps and bounds again. And then down here into, a lot of people ask me about Kingwood, Atascocita, Humble. Yes, I like that area. I do want you to Google some of the flooding that goes on there. In the Kingwood area, you do get a lot more bang for your buck. But in the past, a lot of those areas have flooded, so just be very careful. But there is Eagle Springs. I've sold several houses in there, and the Groves is a newer area. It is absolutely gorgeous. Those areas have not flooded, but there are some. If you Google like Kingwood flooding, you just want to be cautious of that. My assistant used to live over here. She says she prefers Magnolia 10 times over this area, but everybody has personal opinion. So this is going to be an older area though. That Groves has some new construction, but most of Kingwood is kind of like the Woodlands. It's been built out. We played them in high school volleyball. So, but they do have their own hospitals and everything, but Kingwood is kind of an older area. So the newer area out there would be New Caney. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. So many great places to live in the city of Houston. I would love to help you days, nights, weekends. When you call and text, you're gonna get me. I don't hand it off to anybody else. I'm a solo agent. I don't have a team, so you're not gonna be passed on. I know some of the YouTubers aren't licensed in the state of Texas and they're just handing leads off. They go to different cities and they create all these videos and then they get 50% of the deals. That's not me. Born and raised, just love what I do. Love to help people. Reach out anytime. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you have a blessed day.